call that interval. No. Yeah, well, interval weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting complexes combined with some gymnastics, calisthenics, bodyweight movement. I did 5 sets. Each one was about 20 to 25 seconds in length with a 30-second rest, so like 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. I did 5 with this. Now I'm gonna do 5 with another movement, and then I'll do the last 5 with yet another movement. So getting in a variety of different movement patterns, some breathing, more Olympic lifting. The combination is fun. It's a great way to mix things together without getting too crazy with fatigue, since you get a rest every single set. And then as I'm transitioning from this complex to the next complex, I'll take a little longer rest. I'm not gonna get like completely back to normal, back to full recover, but it's just a way to ensure that with complicated movements like the Olympic lifts, you're not working at such a deficit in terms of fatigue that your form starts to break. So I like it. Interval weightlifting. Let's do it. The time goal was to find something that takes about 30 seconds to do. This is going a little faster for me, like 25 seconds, 20 to 25 seconds for each set. I wrote it to involve different gymnastic skills of increasing difficulty. But I'm also nursing a thumb injury from a mountain bike crash. So I've been having to think about substituting out certain higher skill movements. The burpees you saw me do, that was planned. The burpee chest to bar is a substitute for a bar muscle up because my thumb can't handle that turnover and that pressure on the bar right now. And I had hoped to do some ring muscle ups, but that's also not in the cards. So I'm gonna try doing some toes to bar instead on the next round, and I'm gonna incorporate some box jump overs too. So really just aiming for that time domain, trying to think about the same barbell complex for the most part, but exchange the pieces around it, which makes it a little bit more interesting, a little more fun, gets a couple different movement patterns going on, gets the full body working, keeps me, maybe out of doing repetitive 15 rounds of the same exact thing, which I know for some people is not their idea of a good time. So let's keep it a good time. When I fell in love with training, I think it was when I realized that you could come into the gym, you could work really hard, and if the workouts were constructed correctly, it didn't just feel like punishing yourself. It felt like this is work for a particular gain. There's a process, there's a method behind it. Training was so fun. I loved training. And then I got introduced to the concept of fitness for sport, where we took the training and we turned it into a sport and we raced each other at it. And part of being a good fitness racer means you have to be able to endure a lot of suffering and punishment, because the sport always feels punishing. So that got confusing because we were training for so long and then we were punishing ourselves because we thought that was the goal. So punishment and suffering replaced thoughtful training. But the sport was beautiful. Power cleans, box jumps, toes to bar, all at the same time. And thanks to a couple really forward-thinking coaches I had early on, I got shown that, hey, you can train with this concept. You can train a thoughtful effort with a thoughtful rest, and you can come in and work hard but not punish yourself. And that was beautiful to me. And that was what I've been trying to recreate and replicate and teach people about for years with functional bodybuilding now is the platform I'm using, is come into the gym and train with all of these awesome principles. Feel like you're getting stronger. Feel like you're growing. And don't make the mistake of thinking that you're making progress just because you're punishing yourself every day and you're suffering in the gym. The ability to suffer through a workout, that's just one skill. And it truly applies to the sport of fitness. If you want to go be a fitness athlete, you have to be good at that skill, but you also have to be good at 100 other skills. So make sure that you don't overemphasize that. And then for those of you who aren't training the sport, suffering is a useful tool. It builds character, but it's not the only tool. And if you put too many eggs in the suffering and the punishment basket in the gym, you'll burn yourself out. You'll miss out on opportunities to actually get stronger, to lose weight, to get the body of your dreams, to improve your health. Suffering doesn't equal those things. It just makes you more resilient, which is a good thing, but we don't need 100% of that all the time. And if you're in the sport, remember, suffering is just part of the equation. But if you want to go win the CrossFit Games, get good at suffering. For the rest of us, dose it accordingly. That was why this workout, this interval weightlifting workout that I just did, I just finished it and I'm just like, so good. Like I feel good. I didn't blow myself out. I got to do some of the movements I love. Great training stimulus. And I'm excited to come back tomorrow. I'm not wiping myself off the ground, leaving with my head down, feeling like, man, I got last place on the workout. I don't know if I ever want to do that again. That doesn't breed success, for sure.